Oh, look, there we are.
Welcome to January 13th, 2026, and Happy New Year. Roll call, please.
Mayor Webb.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Here.
Councilmember Londo.
Here.
Councilmember Here. Councilmember LaCuro.
Here. Thank you. The approval of the revised agenda, please.
Move approval of the agenda as revised.
Second.
Takes us down to our special presentation. This is a new program. We're going to recognize a business and a citizen every month, and to promote the benefits of being part of our city and keeping everybody involved and engaged. The business of the month is My Town Market. My Town Market provided coats, turkeys, and a lot of other resources for this community during the Christmas and Thanksgiving era. And we appreciate them immensely for their efforts. Is there anyone here from My Town Market?
Okay, we will forward that
I think
to
he's a little,
My Town
he's not
Market.
a shy guy. He really is.
He is very shy.
He doesn't want to be recognized for stuff. But we do really appreciate that business. And thank you. The next is Ruben Gonzalez. We want to recognize him for a lot of the other things that he's done in the city. I think Ed has a little more grasp on this one as well.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, Ruben was the driving force behind the coat handout that we had at the fire department. This is his baby, and he funds a lot of it himself out of pocket. And we want to recognize him for his outstanding work for the community. Unfortunately, he is vacationing in Mexico, but he did call today.
Poor guy.
And I know. But he did call today, and he did hope that he could see and get a copy of this. And I said, certainly, he'll be able to see it on our YouTube channel, but I did invite him to come to a future council meeting and accept this award in person. So he is aware of it, and he is very appreciative. And likewise, we're extraordinarily appreciative of him and his efforts to make sure that no kids in this community are cold during the winter. So,
Well, thank you, sir.
we recognize Ruben and, of course, the owners and leadership of My Town Market for all that they did during the holidays. Mr. Mayor, we do have a special guest here. We actually have two guests here from higher units of government, or I should say, I guess, different units of government. We have State Representative Natalie Price, and we have our own County Commissioner, Ann Erickson-Gault. So
Let's start with the civic announcements. Anyone in the audience have any civic announcements? Seeing none, we'll ask the state representative to come up and have a minute of time for us and update us with a couple of things.
Thank you so much for having me at your meeting tonight. So I am State Representative Natalie Price. I live in Berkeley, Michigan, and I served on Berkeley City Council before becoming a state representative. As a former council member, I understand the challenging situation for our municipalities, how Michigan is the worst state in the country in terms of municipal revenue sharing, and how incredibly important it is that we are advocating for and protecting constitutional revenue sharing. I wanted to let you know that last term I served on tax policy and appropriations. I feel it's very important that you have legislators who serve on both money in and money out, and who are doing what they can to advocate for equitable funding, both money in and meeting the needs of our constituents. I continue to serve on appropriations. I am the ranking member of the Public Health Subcommittee of Appropriations, and I also serve on the EAGLE, Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy Protections. So those are some of my areas of interest, doing what I can to support our constituents, protect our environment, and make sure that we are putting our population's health as a top priority. And then I advocate for municipal revenue sharing and for good government in general. So I wanted to let you know that I am a resource, a representative on appropriations from nearby who cares especially about municipal revenue. I also wanted to give you an update about some of the things that are going on right now in Lansing. We are about tomorrow at noon, we will kick off this new legislative year, but we have some pending issues happening from just on the other side of the holidays from last year. One thing, I'll start with a positive thing. Very happy to see that your representative, Mike McFall, was able to secure $2.5 million for Hazel Park for fire trucks. We know that fire trucks are challenging to fund, and that because of the historic underfunding of the state for municipalities, it's important that you've got great reps advocating for you for those big ticket items. So good news, and grateful for Mike McFall doing that work. Another issue, and I'm sure you guys, I won't be the first one to tell you, but you had an important appropriation that had already been negotiated, voted out of the House, voted out of the Senate, and approved by the governor for your elevator in your library. That had been done, it had been signed. You were rightfully expecting that money to have that elevator, which I understand is well in the works and basically on its way to get here. And I wanted to give you an update on that situation. I asked my staff to do a little digging for you today. So the most recent update, last Wednesday, Attorney General Nessel issued an opinion arguing a provision of the 1984 law that facilitated that $645 million House Republican clawback. She said it's unconstitutional because it allows a single chamber's appropriation committee to unilaterally override legislation approved by the legislature and signed by the governor. We know that part of that $645 million in clawbacks was over $100 million in community enhancement grants, of which $200,000 was allocated to the Hazel Park Library for a new elevator. We know that your Hazel Park Library elevator is currently inoperable. No events can be held on the second floor at this time because of ADA compliance. We also know that there are 4 new safety regulations that have been imposed by the state a little over a year ago. And since your elevator was built prior to 1972, it cannot be retrofitted. It must be replaced outright. And that Hazel Park, has until 2028 to be in compliance. So this is another example of a state mandate that without proper funding falls on you, an already underfunded municipality. So we know that Mike McFall and Stephanie Chang secured that appropriation for about half of the project. You also were stepping up to pay for it as well, but again, agreed upon situation. And then that project was cut in the approps clawback. So I wanted to let you know my staff put in a request with the House Fiscal Agency's budget specialist in this area, the Labor and Economic Opportunity Budget, to continue to get updates about the impacts of the clawbacks on this project. We know that House Republicans are suing to try to force those clawbacks, but in their suit, they say that the State Budget Office has already instructed state departments to continue to disperse the duly appropriated money. Their lawsuit calls on the court to freeze that spending. We are closely monitoring the lawsuit. We are trying to do what we can to have the support, to continue to support the Senate as House Democrats to say that we agree that clawback is unconstitutional and try to get you the money that you are rightfully owed. But my request is just that you keep us updated and let me know how my office can help continue to advocate for that funding that you are owed. And then the last thing I'll say is, again, just offering to your residents to be a resource. Again, my name is State Representative Natalie Price, very closely caring about what's going on here in Hazel Park and wanting folks to know that I will be your voice, continued voice in Lansing and on appropriations. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative.
Appreciate your time. And County Commissioner
Ann Erickson Galt.
Galt. There she is, hiding in the corner. So we're right in the corner there. Let you be in the back.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So, not a whole lot to update on. When I was here, I think in December, I was incredibly optimistic we were going to get new ethics rules and financial disclosures passed. My optimism was misplaced. That did not happen. It's not completely dead. We're trying to get we've asked for the state legislature to change the law that will allow us to do a mandatory disclosure. Right now, we could do an ethics proposal that would be purely voluntary because we can't enforce that on any of the county officials. So we're hopeful that that will maybe inspire 10 plus votes for that ethics reform. And, I did my part. I tried to get it amended to make it pass, but couldn't get the votes. So other things going on. As you know, you have the Hazel Park Promise event coming up soon. I have put in for special projects funding for Oakland County to be a sponsor for that event. So fingers crossed that should be coming up soon in our finance committee, and I'll keep you apprised of that because I know that's very important to all of you. We've extended the Veterans Ride Free program with transit, so veterans can ride free on Oakland County Transit. One more thing that I wanted to, if you have any questions, feel free to our Savvy Student Debt Relief Program was also extended for new signups. So anyone who hasn't yet signed up to see if you qualify for student debt relief, we've successfully lowered or in some cases eliminated the student debt of Oakland County residents. And last but not least is Oakland County Animal Shelter launched a new dog licensing program. It's DocuPet. Hopefully it will be a lot easier for people to sign up online and be able to get their animals licensed. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
I was wondering if you could give an update on the RX Kids, because we had that lovely presentation, right, and then we were told that the funding had been removed. So I'm just wondering if you have any update on plans for.
No, it hopefully will not be suspended. There is some concern. Part of the funding was caught up in the blocking of the continued projects that Representative Price talked about. So fingers crossed. There's other funding sources. They're not relying solely on the state funding. So hopefully we'll be able to maintain the program while the court sorts out, whether a handful of representatives can crush all of these approved projects. I apologize that my state representative in Troy was one of the people who voted to do that. Very disappointed in Mr. Kuhn. So I have not yet heard any update on where that is, but as far as I know, the program is still going ahead for now.
Thank you.
I actually have a little bit of an update on that I can give you. That cut primarily was to components of the RX Kids program that had already been appropriated but had not been spent. So our appropriation for this year still has not been touched yet. So hopefully everybody will act accordingly and make sure those dollars are spent and appropriated as fast as they possibly can to avoid something like this happening in the future. I don't have a crystal ball, but my guess is that eventually that the courts will side with the Attorney General and that common sense will prevail, and something that has been passed by both houses of a bicameral legislature and signed by the governor will take precedence over some administrative form of clawback that they're attempting to use.
So I'll double check on our end too and make sure, but my understanding is there's multiple funding streams. Counties helping, the state, the monies from the state, there are private foundations that are helping as well.
Right, the Sutaric Meyer Foundation, foundation that's near and dear to me, and they've helped Hazel Park. They're also one of the funders of Hazel Park's RX Kids program. So there are alternative funding, and I think, like I said, I think we're going to be okay, but it's something that it has to be monitored all the time, because with the unfortunately intense partisanship that we're seeing in Washington and in Lansing here, sometimes things that are inexplicable take place. So,
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank
Nice
you.
seeing you again.
Thank you.
Any other civic announcements from council?
What was the date on the Promise Zone event?
I was just about to say, I'm going to
March-
expand.
March
that.
3rd.
March 3rd.
Thank you.
And we'll have ticket information soon, and we'll post it on Facebook and the website.
That was it. That was what I was going to share.
We good?
March 3rd, save the date.
Opens up our public discussion. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come up. Give your name and address for record. Seeing no one? Close the public discussion. Takes us to the consent agenda, 1 through 10.
Mr. Mayor, there are 3 items that I would like to have a discussion on after there's a
Have
motion.
a motion, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of consent agenda items 1 through 9, but also allowing discussion.
1 through 10.
1 through 10.
I'm sorry, 1 through 10.
I'll second.
Any support? Any dissension? We have discussion.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just want to bring to your attention and to the attention of the residents of the city of Hazel Park, there are a couple things on the consent agenda that are very noteworthy and deserve individual discussion. The first of which is a proposal to purchase 2 fire trucks for the Hazel Park Fire Department. Thanks to the good work of State Representative Mike McFall, as Representative Price already indicated, the City of Hazel Park received a grant for $2.5 million to purchase a fire truck because of the good work done by Chief Walker and his staff and the pencil sharpening and analysis that they did. We believe we're going to be able to get 2 fire trucks. We'll finance the difference over time, which will be approximately $564,000, and we will finance that, and we will end up with that grant 2 new fire trucks. Chief, did you want to add anything?
No, I just want to thank you guys for the time. It's much needed for the new trucks. I think it's, instead of spending all $2.5 million on a ladder truck, to disperse the money to save the citizens money and do it over 2 trucks. A lot of hard work went into these trucks, a lot with Captain Galati. These guys helped me with grants for Mike McFall, but I fully support it and hope you guys do also.
We'll give the
Absolutely.
public a little bit of education. How many runs do we have a day?
So we're averaging right now 8 to 12 runs. Last year was our busiest year ever. Last year we finished out a total of 3,703 runs. That's 336 more runs than we ran on last year alone. The way we're already leading this year, it wouldn't surprise me if we break 4,000 runs next year. We had a total of 3,139 EMS runs last year, 158 motor vehicle accidents, 26 house fires. Some were considered careless cooks. Some of them were fully engulfed. 1 commercial fire. We ran on 72 fire alarms, 5 false alarms, 31 auto aids when we assisted Ferndale and Maston Heights, either a fire or medical. We ran on 57 CO alarms, 62 down power lines, 30 investigations, 23 burns, 56 gas leaks, 14 car fires, and 29 other related emergencies last year. Still today, we're the busiest fire department in Oakland County by manpower, not by like runs per station, but by how many runs these guys do versus like Southfield. Hazel Park is the busiest department.
And we're only 2 miles square.
And I'm telling you guys, these guys behind me, I can't thank them enough. These guys have missed meals. There's guys right now that have been running and haven't ate their dinner that they wanted to be here to show their support. Like these guys behind me, I couldn't do without them. They're the boots on the ground.
And, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to second what Chief Walker said. Our fire department's excellent. They helped Chief a lot with this proposal and sharpening the pencil on this to try to get the most value that we could get from this appropriation. Because it's not every day that you get something like this. This is a significant grant. And obviously, given what we've seen, we want to make sure that it's spent right away. So there's no possibility for any kind of a clawback in the future. So we're going to give a great value to the taxpayers of the city of Hazel Park, and we're going to leverage that investment from the state, and we're going to have outstanding fire equipment. And I will praise Chief Tom Walker and tell you this is one good fire chief who is very committed to providing the residents of Hazel Park the very best possible fire service. He's an advocate for his department. He's an advocate for his personnel, and he's an outstanding chief. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the firefighters sitting here and the ones that aren't able to be here for their support and commitment to our community and to our city, and as well as all the other city employees that show their commitment and their dedication to the hard work of providing us services as residents here in the community. And thank you, Chief.
Well, thank you guys for everything.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And anything else you want to talk about, sir?
Yes. I would also like to talk about item 9, elevator repair. We have the folks here from the elevator company here for the proposal. And this is City Elevator of Michigan. The representatives are here. Unfortunately, at the same time, the library's elevator was dying. Unbeknownst to us, our city elevator was also dying as well. So it is currently out of service. We need to make a repair. It's obviously the only elevator that we have to serve not just City Hall, but the police department and the 43rd District Court. So it's reached it's not working. So tonight we have a proposal to fix that and to bring it up to a modern state of operation. And we have the people here from City Elevator of Michigan that can answer any questions for you. But my recommendation, obviously, is that this is approved as part of the consent agenda.
My name is Bailey Breeze. I handle modernization for City.
Sam Bruno with the City Elevator Michigan team, sales department.
And the estimated cost for this is between $260,000 and $360,000. And again, they gave us the most competitive price. We're also impressed with the fact that they do not use proprietary materials. So maintenance in the future will likely be cheaper and easier, and we will have more flexibility with the equipment that they install as opposed to our previous service provider. And based on a good analysis that Jen Emmett, our buildings and grounds person, did, and her recommendation, I'm pleased to concur with that and request that as part of the consent agenda, you approve this repair.
I have one question. The estimate goes from 260 to 360. That's a pretty big swing. Which, can you narrow this down to maybe a better, tighter number?
So the reason why you have that swing is part of why the elevator is down right now is the jack that moves the elevator up and down. That is compromised. So if you go down there in the room, it's been tagged out. Okay. When you remove that jack, because everything is underground, we can't see anything below it. So as we're removing it to put the new one in, there is always the potential that you have to do any sort of drilling, which can be expensive.
Okay. Just was trying to get a narrative
Again, Mr. Mayor, members of council, we do have a capital improvement bond that you guys authorized last meeting, and we will be using the proceeds from that to fund this particular repair, as well as some streets and infrastructure and parking lot things. So this will all be part of that. I would have rather used it to do more street work, but obviously this is a multi-floor building, and it's the City Hall, it's the 43rd District Court, and it is the police department, and we've got to have a functioning elevator.
How soon till the project's done?
Midsummer.
Yeah, so we'd be looking to start midsummer. It takes about 7 weeks to complete.
So, and again, that's because some of the equipment has to be constructed. So they can't, this isn't something that they can just pull off the shelf. They were as fast or faster than all of the other bidders. So there's no faster, easier way to do this.
Yep.
Got a niche.
That we do, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And item 3 you wanted to talk about? What the third item, I should say?
No, the Oakland County agreement with Oakland Community Health Network, OCH. Again, we're going to, thanks to Ann Erickson Galt and the good work that she did, the county is funding our co-responder program again this year. We hope that it's funded in perpetuity. So I'm asking you for approval of this particular contract. I will let you know, just in case this isn't funded in the future, I will be serving notice to my 3 colleagues in the other communities that the City of Hazel Park fully intends to renegotiate this contract. So if it is not funded, that we will pay not based as a participant, but pay based on our size and the amount of service runs that we are actually using and utilizing for the service. Right now, the county's paying for it, so we can go ahead and renew, but before next year, we will either renegotiate that or look for alternative service providers if there's a chance the county's not going to pay.
All right, thank you. Anybody from 637 East 8 Mile Mentis Equities LLC here? 1611 East 8 Mile Nova Wireless in Michigan. And 801 East 9 Mile Gold Star Laundry, their business license, you've been approved. And there's no more discussion. Council? We have no dissension. Consent agenda passes. Takes us to administrative reports. Item 1, special land use. Will be case 25-06-22102, John R. Kennel use. That's all I got on here.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this has gone to the Planning Commission. I believe James Finkley is in the audience. If you have any additional questions, the administration is recommending approval of this particular business. As part of this, there will be a cat cafe, and Alyssa Sullivan had some very pertinent questions about this particular agenda item, and we did check, and they are, in fact, a nonprofit. And we did secure what we believe was sufficient information that your concerns should be allayed. So,
just to let everybody know what my concerns were, we currently have we have an update to our animal control ordinance for no sale of animals and no pet stores. And so I wanted to make sure that they were going to be active and that they had good standing as a rescue, but also that they were planning on, similar to the cafe in Ferndale, working with our animal control. And per what I've received in information from both James Finkley and our city attorneys and Ed here, it sounds like our animal control officer has a great working relationship with this group. This is going to be a lovely addition to the animal control services that we offer in this community. We know that we have a large cat population, feral cat population, and we do a lot of TNR here. So this is just another kind of tool in the toolbox to help support those animals in our community and to support our residents in the community. But I also wanted to address, once reading the language here, pet salons, because this is part grooming, part catnip cafe. Pet salons have been considered service uses rather than kennels, and it's coming under kennels. Do we need to create an update to our ordinance to address that language change?
That'd be a James Finkley question.
Because if so, let's do that, please.
So that component of the facility is actually wouldn't require special land use. It's just because the cats are being boarded that it falls under kennel.
Okay.
So we can maybe make some definitions in the wording, maybe make some changes to that. But if this was just a grooming salon like Flawless Fur, if it was just moving, it wouldn't have required special land use.
But you
So,
I think I would appreciate if our city administration and our attorneys could create an amendment to our current animal control ordinance to update that language to be more specific so that we don't run into that problem in the future. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Do you think it's necessary with the special use that's been provided?
No, I don't think it is for this one because it's written out in the language as well. But
I just want
I think she just wants more clarification.
You want more clarity,
I want more
clarity on it?
clarification.
Okay.
Right, because
got
the
you.
way I'm always looking at it too is like we're not always going to be here.
Right.
And at some point, somebody else will have to look at
I
this
get
and
it.
interpret it their way, and I like to
Just want to
make
make
sure. Yeah,
Just want to make sure we had it up there.
right?
Okay.
No, and I appreciate it. And, you know, our ordinances are a living document, so we can update them as needed. I appreciate it. And I really appreciate all the work that you guys did on this. When Ed called me about it, my first reaction was pure excitement. The Cafe in Ferndale has been an indispensable resource to that community
So
and
great.
ours currently. I've done so much work with them. It's going to be such a great addition to our community, and really it goes along with the values that we have in our community. People here really care about their pets and care about their animals and care about their neighbors, and I'm excited for this, so.
Yes.
Yay.
Are the owners here in the audience want to speak?
Are they? Oh, come up, talk. Girl, get up here.
We didn't vote on it yet. but-
No, we didn't. not
No,
yet.
we're going to vote on the whole agenda. Okay. Oh, I mean, you already did vote on consent.
Jessica Conway, owner of Flawless Fur.
Just
Yeah,
there you go.
nobody can pick you up there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good, okay. Owner of Flawless Fur, proposing this cafe and the moving of Flawless Fur to the space next door to the cafe.
Where is Flawless Fur currently located?
John R., between 8 and 9.
Okay.
I don't remember the side street, sorry. 21423 John R.
Incredible.
Awesome. Anything else you want to tell us about your business or why you're bringing it here?
Because I think that Hazel Park is the perfect venue for this, with the popularity of cat cafes in surrounding cities, and with the need of the adoption space for the rescue that I'm partnering with and for the community in general. As far as outreach, we would love to expand TNR programs because we think that they are invaluable. And, you know, it's a community building space. It gives people a place to come and hang out with other community members, friends, hold events, and get cats adopted. So what could be better?
We do a lot of talking about third spaces up here at the dais, and I think this is another example of somebody finding not just the ability to create a third space, but a third space that also provides not just that value of the third space, but another value to our community, and I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Somebody else say something. I got too much.
No, I think it sounds perfect.
What a lovely closeout.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, the administration respectfully requests approval of this item.
I need a motion from a council person.
All right. I would like to make a motion to grant approval for special land use with the following conditions included. The premises shall comply with Title VI Animals of the Hazel Park Municipal Code. All signage located with and/or associated with this property must comply with the Hazel Park Sign Code. All necessary federal, state, county, and municipal licenses, permits, and certifications must be obtained prior to the commencement of any operations or improvements for which they are required, and the applicant must install a Knox box.
Support.
Any dissension, discussion? I think we covered it. Motion passes. Item 2.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes.
Welcome.
Item 2, ordinance to amend the Hazel Park Municipal Code Title 15 Buildings and Construction by amending Chapter 15.12 Fences as follow. First reading.
Mr. Mayor, the administration respectfully requests approval of this agenda item. Mr. Finkley is here. If you have any questions regarding this, as is, did you draft this one, Melissa?
James did.
Oh, James did. Okay.
This is a good safeguard put in place. We've been a little lax on these particular fences. We saw a house burned down due to a wood fence next to a business that was a little too close in the setbacks. So this will be more of a chain link or constructed 8-foot concrete wall. So there will be more safeguards to protect the residents around these businesses that may have as simple as a car fire cause the whole house to burn down. As we follow Facebook, we kind of follow it. But there's a little bit more tightening up. Any other comments on this?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate that removing wood for commercial use fencing and requiring chain link while also in the event that there are active construction sites that may be dealing with specific materials that may not be entirely healthy, adding safeguards around bollards, setbacks, fire-resistant materials. I always appreciate these housekeeping ordinances and the foresight that city administration has in developing them.
And I appreciate the 6 to 8 foot chain link fence requirement around the active construction sites. That little orange thing
doesn't do it.
doesn't do anything but
It doesn't do
keep
it,
saying-
and sometimes they don't even do that, and that's a problem. You cannot leave an unattended hole in the ground that is an attractive nuisance in a neighborhood where there's kids or animals or anything, so.
Speaking of that, since we're on the
Speaking
topic,
of that,
when digging basements, how long should we allow them to have the hole open instead of just letting them sit there in perpetuity for 6 months or better?
well, they should never be sitting there for 6 months.
Well, some of them have over the years.
And sometimes some
I think
people
it's maybe
receive
we need
tickets
to
and
look at maybe
criminal charges.
giving them a 90-day time window.
Yeah, do we have,
Not that I'm aware of, I'll talk to Roger about that tomorrow, but if not, we can bring something back.
I think it might be nice to
Yeah.
tighten that up a little bit, so when they do get their permit, they
absolutely.
can see that. It's like we did with the dumpsters,
yeah,
to make the scene a little cleaner, and
absolutely.
to protect the children, pets as well.
Yeah,
Good point.
I'm really grateful for this updated ordinance because I know we had discussed this
Before.
last year about some of the open construction sites and how, other people up here on the dais as well, we travel to other cities and we see that all of their construction sites are fenced in, but in our city it was kind of here nor there. And so I love that we have not just an ordinance that requires that, but an enforcement arm of that ordinance as well. So thank you guys for getting on this so quick.
Your Honor, I move approval of the ordinance to amend the Hazel Park Municipal Code, Title 15, Buildings and Construction, by amending Chapter 15.12, Fences.
Support.
Any more discussion? Dissension? Motion passes. Boards and commissions.
Mr. Mayor, the administration requests the appointment of Amanda Weisler and Joseph Owens to the Beautification Committee.
And so move. Welcome.
Real quick before we move past that, can I just remind people that the Hazel Park Arts Council is currently seeking applicants for positions on the Hazel Park Arts Council while we're here, and I have a captive audience. You can find these applications online or through the clerk's office.
Please join.
Please.
Any more boards and commissions recommendations? Please give them to us at the next meeting. We'll see if we can fill some
Very good.
positions. Thank you.
Could we, I know we do this occasionally, but could the city social just provide a link to boards and commissions, just encouraging applicants to
Sure.
apply? Maybe some people's New
Let
Year's
us get an
resolutions
update
to-
for you and see where we have vacancies.
Awesome. Thank you.
So, and we may have some applications too that we need to go through, so.
Awesome.
Any old business? Hearing none. New business?
I have a new business item. Unfortunately, when our ambulance was on a medical run last week, it was struck by a driver who failed to yield to an emergency vehicle, and it is most likely that this ambulance will be totaled. The insurance adjuster was out to see it today. It is our new ambulance. Still making payments on it. Thankfully, we are well insured, but I will need a motion from the council to allow me to expend such money as is necessary to replace the ambulance. Any difference in the insurance reimbursement, because we're going to need to move on that very quickly and order a new ambulance.
Council?
Move to authorize the city manager to spend funds necessary to purchase a new ambulance beyond what our insurance reimbursement provides.
Second.
Any discussion? Council? Thank you, sir. No dissension. Motion
And
passes.
again, our fire department, they were doing a great job. They were blameless in this situation. They'd cleared almost every lane of traffic. It was the last lane of traffic to clear.
Glad that there was nobody really severely
Yeah,
hurt.
the patient was
It was
transported
injuries, but not severely.
by Madison Heights, and there were no injuries to our personnel. So,
Can I ask a quick question of our chief? Do you know if any of our new purchased vehicles will have the alert notification technology? So I have a new Jeep, and when I'm in Royal Oak, they have a thing that says emergency vehicle. It pops right up on my screen and turns off my music. Will our new vehicles be equipped with that, do you think, or are you looking into that? Is it standard, or is it a upcharge? Probably an upcharge, right? Things upcharge.
So is that what the ones that have Google in them?
So I have a Jeep Wrangler,
Yeah.
and I've got the
Yeah.
but I'm not connected to Sirius or anything. It's just it comes up on my screen. I love it.
Yeah, well,
it's great. But it's only happened to me in Royal Oak.
So it's like a Havas alerting system. So if you're using like Google Maps or your iPhone, it'll alert you and say a fire truck is there. We do
Cool.
have it.
That's cool.
When we go down to production to build this truck, we'll end up probably putting it on these 2 new trucks.
Love that.
But yeah.
Love that. I've been asking about it for years. I'm like, why don't they let us know? Like, because sometimes people are blasting out in their car, you know.
No one we know.
Right.
Yeah. So the new ones probably will have it on there.
Well, especially because the new vehicles, a lot of them are like soundproof, so
Yeah.
it's kind of nice.
That's great. That's a good update. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That is a good idea.
Sorry.
Okay, you're fine. Any other new business? Any more discussion? So you know, we'll go to communications from department heads. Chief,
Come back.
Chief Walker. where's
again,
the
one more
cameras?
time.
live
I
up
was
here,
going to give you a break. I was going to call Chief Hamill up.
It's like, might as well just stay here.
Just a couple things I wanted to let you guys know that this year we did the firefighter of the year. Captain Galati was the firefighter of the year. He was
Yeah.
award at our party. We had a couple guys pass probation. They couldn't be here. Brett Harrison passed probation. Andy passed his paramedic. Logan Sierra will be off probation. Reed Marsiglio, he will be off probation the end of the week, and he just passed his national registry for paramedic yesterday, so he's a new paramedic for you guys.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Congrats and
All
thanks.
right. Yeah, congratulations.
That's all I have.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Chief.
Hey, Chief. Amanda Mason.
Hi,
Hello.
Amanda here for Code. Just a friendly reminder that we are in the winter season and that our businesses and residents need to be cognizant and to please shovel snow, clear ice from sidewalks, particularly our commercial businesses and community partners. We are a very walkable city, which we are very proud of. Some COG data supports that, and we need to make sure that we have clear sidewalks. I know it's difficult. Contact us if you have any inquiries or questions about that. We are here to help. I do regularly get inquiries from business owners particularly. I know that they want to do their contracts and they want like an inch amount of what needs to be cleared. And unfortunately, like we live in Michigan, I can't give you that. I mean, generally speaking, 2 inches of fluffy snow or more need to be cleared, but you could have a half an inch of ice if it gets really hard. That's going to create, and especially if people are walking on it and becomes uneven, can be much more dangerous than regular snow. I think we all saw in the most recent snap that we had, many people fell in their driveways, and that was barely anything. It was from the snow, the rain, all those things. So let's all please work together to make sure that we clear our sidewalks, particularly in our business districts. We have lots of bus stops, lots of elderly people I see all the time walking to and fro with their grocery bags. So please do your part. That's all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Chief Hamill.
So please do your part.
Happy New Year to everyone.
New Year.
I guess I do want to just let everyone know, as of in the year 2025, as we closed, our officers and department responded to over 26,000 runs or calls for service. Our detective bureau investigated or had 502 investigations throughout 2025. I believe our animal control handled over 137 intakes in animals throughout the year. Our reserve officers had put in well over 1,300 hours of service. And again, I'll remind everyone that those are volunteers. They don't get paid for the work that they do, but they are a valuable services that they do provide for us. In 2026, we are starting off with putting through Sergeant Coast is going through Staff and Command school through Northwestern University. Staff and Command is a highly regarded in the law enforcement community to prepare people for upper management in law enforcement. So I'm very happy that he's going through that, as well as Lieutenant Hebert will be finishing off his FBI LEDA classes this year. That is put on by FBI professionals, again, for upper management. So we're looking for a good year, and that's all I got.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I will praise very much Chief Hamill as well for doing a great job, as well as recognize, you heard from Amanda Mason. She is doing a fantastic job overseeing code, marijuana, pinch hitting a city attorney, and just doing an overall great job as well. And then you've seen Jim Finkley up here several times today. Obviously, you know, he's very knowledgeable about his position, works very hard, and is trying very hard to make sure we can attract and bring some cool new businesses to Hazel Park. So I always talk about how wonderful my staff is, and I do love to show them off.
Mr. Young.
Another one. Let's go, Tim.
Give everybody an update about all the holes you've been driving around town in everybody's yard.
I've seen a couple comments. So please.
What are you doing?
Remember, Tim Young is also an outstanding department head.
Elucidate. Thank you.
So we're speaking of the pothole efforts out there. This is a method used to determine the unknown origin of the water line that's feeding that house. So part of the lead and copper rule for the state of Michigan is the cities have to be able to identify the service line underground for every single residential or commercial business within their city. We have until about 2037 to also replace every single one of these service lines with an approved material, whether it be copper or plastics. We hope to do it in a few years. That's why we're aggressively pursuing the program. It's this new rule takes up a lot of our time, and there's a lot of regulations, and it's a very big living type project. So we are constantly trying to move forward to get this thing behind us, and then the city of Hazel Park can brag that we're going to be a lead-free city. And also, you know, with us being such an old city, we have quite a bit of it. So right now what they do is they are using a type of vacuum machine. They suck out all the dirt and different materials leading down to the service line. Then they spread out a little bit underground to take a look at what the pipe material is. This is done at the valve box in the front yard, so we can determine what's before it and what's after it. Some occasions we need to also go inside the house and see what's coming up through the floor in the house as well. So the only bad thing is with this being the wintertime, it's a project we got to get done, but with the freeze-thaw cycle, that's why we're having all these holes that look filled one day and then we hit 50 degrees and they all settle down. So it's been a pretty good effort by the crew trying to keep things going.
We just thought we had an infestation of groundhogs, right?
So. And those are related to the flags as well, correct?
The flags.
I've been seeing
a little yellow flag.
Oh, yeah. So anytime that anybody excavates into the ground, even as simple as taking up a sidewalk flag going in 3-4 inches of the ground, you're supposed to call Mistig, and Mistig from that point alerts all the different utilities in the area who have anything underground. Then they have to come out with one of their service people and verify the location of it on that property to make sure that you realize where it is, so you just don't go breaking through a gas line or breaking through somebody's sewer line when you're excavating. It's a good program, but you know, when you got a lot of projects going on, that's an awful lot of yellow flags out there, but that's just how the rules of the business go.
Let everybody know, Tim, that we've got a really big grant to do a lot of this.
Yes, we have a $13 million DWSRF funded from the state to pay for the identification and replacements, and then also we are looking to start up replacing some water mains within the city as well. So the first ones I believe they're going to be going is going to be one on DeQuinder Road, get that out of the road, and the next one will be on 8 Mile Road, and we're going to pull that one out of the road as well. So they're just two dangerous locations to respond to if there's an emergency.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And then that other thing that I passed along to everybody regarding the HydroCorp, that's a different thing altogether. That's everybody's going to be having somebody send a letter to the home, and they want to look at cross connections around every residential and commercial properties.
Wow.
So.
And again, these are mandates. These are rules that we did not initiate, but they are rules from higher levels of government that we have an obligation that we have to follow and comply with. So, again, same with the potholing.
Mm-hmm.
These are lead service lines. These are not our water system does not have lead, but some of the service lines to the private properties from homes that were built a long time ago have lead, and that's what we're replacing.
I don't know who put that in the ground, but that lead piping is so heavy. I can't even picture somebody with a roll of that trying to unroll that, and, from the road to the house. It just is. It's just unbelievable. So,
Yeah, it is.
So,
thank you, sir.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work.
Moves us to our city attorney, Melissa Schwartz.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
And I will thank Melissa for the good job that she's doing. She's been involved primarily with prosecutions and has been very busy. And she's doing a good job.
City manager.
Yes, it was great to talk to State Representative Natalie Price today, and I'm pleased that she was here to make a visit. And of course, she recognized, as I tell you every meeting for the last, 20 years, Michigan's system of municipal finance is fundamentally broken. And we got a chance to talk about the interaction between Headley and Prop A, and there might have been some confusion based on some comments we got about how I was explaining it last time, so I'll explain it one more time. The interaction between Headley and Prop A keeps our revenues in a vice. People think just because they've sold their house and the new buyer is paying twice as much money, maybe less, maybe more, in property taxes, but there's a significant increase in property taxes. They think that that is a boon for the city of Hazel Park and that we get that extra money. We do not, because then the Headley Amendment of 1978 kicks in due to the enabling language in Prop A. And what the Headley Amendment says is you cannot get more than the rate of inflation from your existing tax base. So even though you're paying twice as much in taxes than the previous owner did, and you're paying 3 times more in taxes than the person who's owned their house for 15 years that lives next door that has the exact same house as you, the city of Hazel Park isn't getting that money because we have to calculate that into a rollback for every other taxpayer in the city. So it's a revenue neutral situation for us. Again, unfortunately, expenses grow much faster for cities than the rate of inflation. We do buy gasoline, but the biggest things that we're paying for are personnel and health care for our employees, servicing pension obligations, and infrastructure repairs. So those are huge costs, and those costs tend to run higher than the rate of inflation. So for us, unless we can grow by having new construction come in, we always are built to lose the game. And so Representative Price recognizes that from her service on in local government and her service on the tax and appropriations committees at the legislature, and we need to have that fixed. It's not fair to anyone, the way this whole system has been designed and the way that those 2 constitutional amendments unintentionally interact to really cause funding problems for communities in Michigan. So did I explain that right, Representative? There you go. I'm getting a thumbs up. So again, this is how it works. Whether you like it or not, this is the system that we have in Michigan. And she talked about some alternative funding sources today that I think are interesting and deserve another look. And obviously, the city of Hazel Park will be at the table for all of those discussions, because we've been saying for the longest time that this is a broken system, and it needs to be more fair and more equitable for all communities across the state of Michigan to ensure that every community can pay for decent services for their residents, their employees are comparably paid, and that we have enough money to be able to fix infrastructure and fix roads and things like that. So looking forward to continuing that, and I thank her for being here. And shout out to Ann Erickson-Galt for getting us the funding for the co-responder program again for the county. It's a valuable program, and I'm glad that the county has seen fit to fund it. We have a lot of things on the agenda for this year in terms of infrastructure. Finally, I want to recognize my Deputy City Manager, Lacey Christensen, for her work.
Award-winning.
Yes, award-winning. Where's she at? Where'd she go?
Oh.
There she is. There, I see her big smile there. Thank you, Luke, for correcting me. Our award-winning finance director. And again, very proud of her, and we've got a lot of stuff coming. She's taken the point on the pole barn and some other important projects. So looking forward to having some really cool things to cut the ribbons on in the next year or so. So I thank you. I thank you for your support. And that's all I have.
Councilman LaCuro.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just, it's a few days late, but I want to wish everybody a happy and healthy and prosperous new year. And thank you for our county commissioner coming out and state rep from the neighboring district. And I just, that's it. I appreciate the firemen coming out and getting their recognition and the equipment. It's too bad that the equipment takes so long to manufacture. Holy mackerel. That's a long time.
We'd like to be able to deliver new trucks right away. We'd like to be able to just be able to call the elevator repair and they fix it next week. Unfortunately, these are realities when you have these big ticket items that they're just not always off the shelf. So fire department, chief and his staff, Tony was firefighter of the year. He's been hugely important for doing a lot of the research on these grants and things like that, and his team. And it's just, like I said, it's a team effort. And, we're trying to add as much value as we can when we get these resources.
Yeah. I'm pleased to see that they kind of focused on the warranty and the people standing behind the product. I'm familiar with a community who bought a brand new fire truck and it's not working. And they're having trouble getting them to do warranty work on it. That's brand new piece of equipment so anyway. Thanks for everybody coming out and participating. If you love somebody, tell them. If you have children, hug them every day and tell them you love them. And thank you for coming out and participating in the democratic process.
Thank you. Councilperson Londo.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations to, I'm just going to point at everybody in the fire department back there. Thank you for being here. Congratulations to those that passed their new certs, Firefighter of the Year. It's always great to have people from public safety show up to these meetings. I'm just really, really grateful for all you do for our residents, particularly given the number of runs that you guys are doing every year. It requires a great staff, and just really proud of all of you and the entire fire department team. Thank you, Representative Price, for coming and visiting us. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everything you're doing on approps, money in and money out, both extremely concerning to us here, and it's nice to have such a staunch advocate for us in Lansing, alongside Representative McFall. Commissioner Ann Erickson-Galt, thank you for being here and keeping us apprised of what's going on at the county level. Happy New Year to everybody. Once again, I was up in the Upper Peninsula for New Year. I was there for 22 inches of snow, Marquette, which was awesome, not for the faint of heart, and just makes me realize how good I have it being down here for like the last decade or so. And also was able to jump in Lake Superior on New Year's Day, negative 12 wind chill. The water was about 36 degrees, so suffice to say I'm just about ready for anything that this year has to throw at me. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry about those Packers, dude.
You know,
don't even go there.
At least we made the playoffs.
Councilperson Sullivan.
Good golly. I want to echo the comments of my co-counsel here. I want to congratulate our resident and business of the month. I also want to congratulate our new businesses on their approved business licenses. I'm really looking forward to the cafe coming here and seeing what great things that we can do in our community with that new partnership building. I also want to thank our other electeds that came out today, Representative Natalie Price and Ann Erickson-Galt, our Oakland County Commissioner. My brain shut off for a second there. I also want to remind people to check your smoke detectors and CO2 batteries. With such a large presence of our fire department here, I know they're happy to hear me say those words. I say them all the time. But I also want to thank them all for their hard work on securing those grants and getting that funding and seeing a bigger picture and a better longevity instead of throwing all of the money at one thing that's big and new and shiny. They were able to really utilize their teamwork, their partnership, and their foresight to make a better investment in our community and our future in our community. So I really can't thank you guys enough for that. That's huge, and it really goes. It's a testament to how well our fire department works together and how good of a team they've really built here. So thank you, Chief, for your leadership in that, and thank you for all the members of our fire department. I also wanted to remind people, sadly, there was a dog recently that just, I think yesterday, got loose here in Hazel Park and unfortunately was hit by a car. So I want to remind people, with all the wind that's been going, check your fences, check your gates before you let your dogs out. Make sure those are closed. Make sure they haven't blown over. Make sure they haven't been damaged by the wind. It's really sad. It's really tragic that something like that has to happen to remind us, but just keep an eye out and keep an eye out on your neighbors in the inclement weather that's upcoming. I also want to wish everybody a belated Happy New Year and Happy Holidays. I wasn't here last month because I was terribly sick. But I also wanted to remind everybody, here's to a 2026 full of potential. And I hope that we all continue to work together and make it better for all of us.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Washington.
Hello, Happy New Year. At the risk of sounding repetitive, I just want to say again, congrats to our new business licenses here in Hazel Park. Over the holiday season, I went to a couple of our new businesses and had dinner with my family over at Bar Gabby to celebrate Christmas. We didn't do a gift exchange, but we just had a nice little dinner together. And I went to our new cafe, Coffee and Bark. I like to take Owen for a walk when it's kind of nice and it's close and he can go and sit and have a pup cup. So I encourage other people to check out your new local businesses and continue to go to those old ones as well. Thank you to State Rep Price as well as County Commissioner Erickson-Galt. We really appreciate your work at your respective levels of government and the work that you're doing for Hazel Park in particular, as well as our surrounding communities. Chief Walker and Chief Hamill, I want to thank you for sharing those stats about your departments through the year of 2025 and just showing the value of your departments to our community. And lastly, I want to say publish the Equal Rights Amendment, and thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year. We're going to have a better 2026 than 2025. I think we can move forward with the positivity and trying to make a difference for the betterment of our community. I'd like to say thank you to State Representative Price for coming out, and she's going to be running for our new seat here eventually when it comes up. And then the Senate, sorry. Thank you. And Ann Erickson-Galt, thank you for coming out and giving us a report on the county's situation. And I was going to move us forward down to the fire truck, and I want to thank the fire department for coming out, showing your support, and bringing out coming out here and having a good time with us all this night. And I want to say thank you again. But really, we were here when we bought the ladder truck. And the warranty part is the most important part, because we had to suffer back then with trying to get repairs. And it was hard on us, remember, in back 04, 06, when those warranties were not through. And thank you for bringing that up. But I just wanted to bring it up and point it out, and thank you again for doing your due diligence and hard work. That was very nice. I want to say thank you to all the residents that helped all the needy families this Christmas and New Year's. There was a lot of people that stepped up A lot were unsung heroes to others. The holiday baskets were great. Amazon was helping out with other areas. Linda Williams was helping with the connections as well. And some of our other city employees were helping as well to make those contacts. And they donated selflessly. The Giving Tree was a wonderful item out there to help those people that may need a pair of shoes for their children or a coat. And we recognized a couple of people tonight for the Business of the Month that gave a lot away, and a Resident of the Month that really stepped up and provided services selfishly. And that just shows the support and great environment in which we live and work here in Hazel Park, and the commitment in which we strive to be. And thank you again to my council for another successful year in 2025. And I think that we can do better by creating more opportunities for our residents to provide them a little greater and more conscientious service. And our employees here, they do that. But I think that being stewards here, we need to make sure that that continues. We have great comments from all the residents we have all year. And I just want to keep it going because they are really praising singing the song of how great it is to be recognized and understood here and not getting yelled at the window for not paying the water bill. But everybody has hard times, and we try to work with them and make it easier for them people to try to pay those water bills. And not everybody can do everything at once. And if someone needs a helping hand, there's a lot of people around that does step up. And thank you.
Mr. Mayor, we have a very brief executive session.
Your Honor, I move that we enter into executive session to discuss ongoing
Patrick
litigation.
versus Hazel Park.
Support.
All right, so move.